G'day, welcome back to my channel. Now, yes, I'm in my pyjamas. We're all locked down again. Yes, here's that bloody virus in Brisbane. Goodness me. So, I've decided I'll do one of my gooches to sort of fill in for a while until I get some modelling videos up and going again. So thank you to all my Patreon supporters who over the last few months where I haven't been very well and I haven't been able to really put out the videos that you all normally enjoy and I enjoy doing for you. So my Patrons have stood beside me and supported me all the way through. So thanks guys. And if you want to support this channel just to help me get through things and make some more videos, then click the link at the end of this video. A little P will come up for Patreon, or have a look at the link in the description. You can go straight to my Patreon page and support for as little as $1 a month. You get early videos and all kinds of things. Oh, look, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Basically, it's more of me. Now, this will be, in honour of the situation that I'm in, the Unlocked Gooch. Yes, yes. I'm basically going to show you ways to get out of some problems. Now, my first problem is illness. I've been very sick the last couple of months with occipital myalgia and basically just a pain in the neck, as I explained in the last video. It's very, very discomforting, and that has caused me no end of pain, of course. There are ways to get through it, and you could go to a surgeon and have your head lopped off. That's a solution, I suppose, you know, if you like that sort of thing. You can take lots of drugs and be spaced out of your bloody brain. That's a solution. But I chose instead to be a little more proactive and come up with simple solutions, which are all recommended. I mean, these are all recommended to me. This is no tinfoil hat stuff. This is, you know, solid science and ways of going through. So I'll talk about that and some other things, and living and working, and we'll just have a little bit of a natter as usual. Well, waffle. Okay, you interested? Well, hang in there. Let's roll the music. Those of you that watched my last video, the workbench and new kits video, you'll know that I basically had to get rid of the chair to do my modelling because it was contributing, you know, sitting at the desk and hunching over my model and all the little photo etch and everything. It was contributing towards my illness. That and about 40 odd years of using computers, sitting at a desk, punching bloody keyboards. Yeah, that might have had a little bit of a problem with it as well. Now, there are ways around all these things, and one of them is a standing desk, and that's what I've got here, and I'll show you a bit more about that in a sec. But what's been happening lately with both my illness and also just with basically the vile rust, okay, is that we're losing things. So I've lost a chair. But other things I've noticed I haven't been using either. I mean, I don't use my car much anymore. Hardly at all. I mean, you know, the beginning of the lockdown, which was this time last year, I thought, great, do all this modelling and everything, and I did a lot more modelling and really had a good old time, you know, basically no work, no nothing, sit at home. ScoMo was basically paying me. That's our Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, we call him ScoMo, all right? So, yeah, the little boy at Treasury, ScoMo, he was paying accounts, they're paying us to stay home. It was, you know, it was relatively doable. And that was all a lot of fun. A little bit different now. This lockdown came in the week where all those benefits were cut off. Yeah, basically. The only thing you can do is go on the dole. Yes, but I'm not going to get a whole debate about that. But gee, that's going to muck up a lot of people, you know. Basically saying, well, there's no more benefits, and yep, guess what? You also have to lock down. But anyhow, look, there are ways of getting through the lockdown. Now, as I say, you give away things. One thing I found was my wallet. Didn't need my wallet anymore. Why? I wasn't going out, right? If I was buying anything, I was buying it online. I was just basically using my Visa online. Even when I did the essential shopping, you know, like Tamiya Thin and Primer, I'd basically take my phone along, because that now apparently, well, it does, acts like my Visa card. So you take my phone along, go, and you pay for things. So no wallet required. Yeah. Now, this got me thinking, we're getting rid of things. And hang on, I don't think anybody else has thought this through. It's a car owner's vile rust. Okay? Have a think about that. So it only affects car owners. So we sell the cars, right? Get rid of all the cars. Absolutely, no more cars. Get rid of your bloody car, right? So you're no longer a car owner. You can get yourself a bloody motorbike, you can get yourself a scooter, you can get yourself a bloody tricycle. It doesn't matter. You can get Shank's pony. For those of you that are not old enough to know what that means, walk. Remember walking? Walking was something you do before you were basically staring at a little screen in front of your face all the time. Yes, we used to walk to school. We used to walk to work. We used to walk down to the train station, the bus station, and that's how we got about. Yes, of course, now everyone owns this big bustling car. That's the thing. This is what's happened. This is what's got wrong with the world. There's too many cars, so now we have a car owner's vile rust. Get rid of the cars. Problem solved. And just in case the bots at YouTube decide to shut down this video, it's a joke. It's a parody on words. No medical advice intended. I am not a doctor, okay? Anyhow, back to me. So, yeah, basically, no point getting dressed. That's another thing, get rid of clothes. Don't need clothes. Don't need clothes when you're locked down. You're just modelling, doing stuff. You don't need clothes. You don't even need to bathe. Basically, who's going to smell you? Of course, unless you're home with your family, in which case, yes, personal hygiene is probably really important because you're getting on each other's nerves anyway. That's half the reason you're disappearing away to the hobby room. Yeah, you know, get away from all that. Do your own thing. Enjoy your own smell. Okay. So, yeah, basically, I'm just hanging around at home and I've got the scarf on still. Okay, now, this is part of me coping with the pain in the neck. Okay, keep my neck warm, right? Keep my neck warm. I haven't got the air conditioner on at the moment. I'm just using this as a prop for comedic device. But, you know, it has been hot. It's still hot here in Australia. Well, especially here in Brisbane. Tropics, well, subtropics, sort of under. It's hot. It's hot, right? We've had days, you know, over 30, 32, 90 degrees, Frankenfurter or whatever, and that's how it's been. And then very humid too, so the actual feel of the temperature is fucking hot. Yes. That's a technical term in Australia, and it means a little hotter than normal. Okay, so, yeah, air conditioner on, cold air on the back of the neck, not real good. I mean, you're supposed to do cold compressors and hot compressors and everything to try and sort of fix that little creakiness in your neck and everything. Sure, but too much of a good thing. It's the same as I found with the heat packs on my neck. Leave them on for too long, you're actually worse off. You actually put more pain in your neck. So, yeah, you've got to have hot and cold, but in measured responses. So I found wearing a scarf in the hobby room. So if you've got neck problems and you want to do your modelling, try and put a scarf on in the hobby room. If you get a bit hot, take it off. Once you start to feel a little cool, or just check yourself every now and then to go, oh, my neck is getting a bit cool, cover it up, okay? Very simple thing. It's a very simple thing. There's no drugs involved. There's no surgery involved. And I'll tell you what, it really works. It really does work. I'm doing a lot of standing exercises. So there are certain exercises you can do. You can look those up. I won't give that advice here. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So there are certain standing exercises you can do. They're actually not a lot different to yoga. The yoga poses that stretch the neck are basically doing the same thing, in my opinion. And so, you know, I do a bit of my yoga as well. I mean, I used to teach yoga once. You wouldn't think it, would you? It was a bit thinner then. A bit thinner. Yeah, a bit prettier. A bit less furry. Okay. So, the standing desk, right? A lot of people have asked about this. So I'll give you a quick demo. Okay, I'll give you a quick demo. Now, down here, come down here. Come down here. Down here, you pull out a little lever, right? And then this little lever, you flick it out, and then you wind, and the desk magically goes down, or it comes up. And I haven't even got it at its full height extension, because, just edit that bit out, it should be a bit smoother than that. I haven't got it at its full height extension because I'm a little short bastard, okay? So, if I had it at its full height extension, this desk would sort of be under my nose, right? Okay? I'm like a bloody hobbit. I am, yeah. I mean, a lot of people have met me at model shows and everything go, holy shit, you look a lot taller in the videos. Yes, well, they're designed that way. It's all about camera angles. It's all about mystique and all the rest of television. I mean, Tom Cruise looks very tall, doesn't he? But if you know, but Tom Cruise is only a little short bastard. I think he's about the same size as me, actually. We're both little short asses. Doesn't matter. You can still be famous, apparently. All right, now, this desk has been a wonder. But what I've also done is, because I like that sort of height there, but I found I needed to do some things a little bit higher, and I couldn't be bothered winding it up and winding it down all the time. I bought these things. I'll show you what they look like. It's probably all burnt out on camera, right? But what it is, they're, sorry, nakedness. Sorry, I won't bloody show a nipple on here. We'll really get an R rating. What that is is a monitorizer, okay? So you use that at your desk, and I've had them on my computer desk for years. I mean, I have practiced safe computing for a long time because all my jobs all the way through. I mean, you know, I worked in the theatre, I was standing in front of desks and everything, and you know, operating lights and operating sound and controlling things and doing that sort of stuff. Although, I mean, I was setting up stages and running up bloody lighting grids and doing a lot more exercise. I was a lot younger, so there was a balance. And then when I worked in television, you know, we're sitting in edit suites and doing all that sort of stuff. But I had a balance there as well, that I'd be out in the field with the cameraman and running around and doing things and, you know, basically chasing after all the pretty girls in the bloody talent, you know, for the chorus lines, that sort of stuff, you know, as you did back then. That's totally inappropriate now. Yes, you would not be doing that now. No, got to respect the genders. Yes, we did. Yeah, you did. In fact, I was one of the very first directors, at least in my area, when I used to go to the model agencies. I'd say, look, I don't want models in my commercials. You know, productions that I did. I said, I want talent. I want people that look interesting, all right? They, you know, and they'll suit the demographic of what I want to do. They don't have to be model. In fact, I don't want that glossy kind of model look. So I used to go for that sort of more reality thing and give everyone sort of a fair go. And that's what I did. So I was doing that back then. I mean, we didn't call it any special bloody woke thing. It was just treating people fairly. That's all it was. Yes, treating people nicely, being nice to everybody. Anyhow, I digress. So this little riser thing is kind of handy here, that I can have this up, so if I want to use the iPad. Because one thing I found is, I first noticed this sort of neck problem when I was editing the videos, because I edit them on the iPad as well. I've got all the software in here to do that. And that's the trouble, is that unlike my good ergonomics, my great ergonomics, wait till you Harry, my great ergonomics, you can edit that out later, my great way of sitting in front of the computer, which I had learnt years and years ago, and doing isometric exercises to make sure that, you know, I'm having everything move and I'm basically not freezing up my muscles. I'm doing all that, right? But I don't do a lot of contract work in front of the computer anymore. Most of my life is now spent doing the hobby, either for fun, as a pastime, or to make these videos. That's basically where I've been heading, you know, away from my old life of basically doing graphics and advertising and editing videos. So anyhow, I was editing videos on the iPad. And because I was sitting and that was down at a bench, I was kind of leaning over to do that, air conditioner on it, causing more problems. Because I used to notice after, what's that? You shouldn't be out, mate. What are you doing? You shouldn't be out driving about. It's a lockdown. Are you getting toilet paper? Jesus, a bloody big... it's a guy with a great huge ute. He's going to get some toilet paper. When we're only locked down for 3 days, well, some people really get the shits. Anyhow, so look, my whole life was this sort of sitting and working at things. But I kind of managed it up until a point of coming back to the hobby and doing this. So the past 6 or 7 years I've been back to the hobby, and I'm older and a whole lot of other things. So it has pushed that neck, and editing on the iPad, great, but you know, good time-saving exercise and a great logistic way of doing things, but that's actually caused me harm. So I had to learn all this stuff, and this got me thinking as well about, you know, modelling with a disability. And there's plenty of people, in fact, in our group, Flock of the River Counters, we had a young fellow, he's probably about my age, he'd basically gone blind in one eye and he was losing sight in the other one. And yet he continued to model. He found ways of getting around and coping with his disability. So this is the thing. There are ways and solutions around just about every problem. I mean, we've got one guy in there, I think he's only got one arm. He's hinted a couple of times that he can only hold things with one hand, so he's obviously only got one that works. So, you know, I don't know if he's lost an arm or whatever it is. Doesn't matter. It's his business. He wants to tell me, trick. And, you know, that's how it is. But the thing is, here's a guy who's obviously got a big impedance. I mean, you know, missing the ability to use one hand, right? I'm only holding my hand there because I've got this nasty reflection. Something's bouncing off something somewhere. Oh, it's a light. There we go. There you go. Who set up the lights? Bask? Bask probably set up the light. Oh, here she comes. No, it's all right. You can go back to your fishbowl. So look, I have heard of so many people with so many problems, and all of them, well, basically all of the ones that have spoken to me, so they're the ones that have found solutions, have found ways around it. I mean, you can still model, you can still do things, you can still enjoy the hobby. You may not be able to do it to the level that you were able to before, when you sort of had all your faculties. Like with me, I'm reduced to like an hour or two at a time, probably a day, and that's all I can do for the moment. And I've been working on the BT2, so there'll be a video out on that soon. So I'm having a lot of fun with that, just taking my time, doing it all. Another thing I do is I come in the hobby room, which is basically my office as well. I've got a day bed in here. I put that in here this summer because basically it gets so hot in my bedroom that I want to take my afternoon nap. Yes, I take afternoon naps. I'm that old. It was still hot in there. I was sweating and everything. So I got a friend of mine, another Dave. Dave, hello Dave. He gave me an iron frame for a single bed, and I managed to get a mattress delivered. It's one of those crazy ones. Oh, here's another guy. You getting toilet paper as well? Yeah, go for it, mate. Yeah. Lucky I stocked up. I tell you, I stocked up. Yeah, I got enough bum fodder to keep me going for ages. So I've got a little day bed in here. The mattress that I got is one of these crazy ones. It came in a tube sort of thing. It came in this tube. Like, a guy delivered this thing and said, here's your mattress. I went, where? And it was just this tube. It was no bigger than, well, it was nearly my height, so not very tall. And it was just, about this sort of a roundish sort of box. And you open that up, and then it says, do this, and then carefully slice here using a special slicing thing so you don't fuck the whole thing up, right? And you carefully break a little seal, and the whole thing just basically sucks, inhales air, and bingo bongo, you've got a mattress. Quite amazing. And it's very comfortable. Very comfortable. So I don't know how I'm going to get it back in the box. That's the hardest part. It's going to be a bit tricky. I'll probably have to get Bass to help me do that. But anyhow, the day bed in here, right, what I found with that is at least I can take breaks and I can still be looking at my stash. And another thing with the occipital myalgia, with your neck and everything, it sort of connects through and your eyes hurt like all heck and your focus gets a bit wonky. At least it does in my case. That has been my reaction. So one of the things that I've done is I really haven't been to do my reading. I've just stopped reading because it's just too painful in those quiet times where I'd like to relax and read. I end up just sitting watching bloody TV, which is a waste of time. Okay, so I lie on the daybed and I've bought the Audible versions, like talkie books, right, of my books. So I'm working my way through the Foundation series again. I bloody read it about 50 years ago when I was a little young nipper. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it now, but someone else is reading it. I can lie there, I rest my eyes, I can prop my neck up, rest my neck, spend a few hours there, listen to my book, and then I'm ready to go again. I can come back and do a bit of hobby. And this is the thing, this is what I've done. I've also set my desk up. A lot of people asked about how my desk is set up. Well, really, I've just got my paints, in racks. I think I've shown you that before. And I've got everything sort of within arm's reach. My setup won't be what you want to do. Okay, everybody needs different. I've set it up that the paints that I need for basically hand painting, which would be my life colours, they're there, they're ready to go. And the paints that I need for airbrushing, they're closer to my spray booth and what I'm doing, although I don't really use the spray booth anymore. Since I've got that cordless compressor thing, I can just basically quickly set up and do a little bit of airbrushing and I'm done. Much less mucking around. I will do a video update on that cordless compressor because I have really found it very useful. Plus, I've got the thing, it's around somewhere, I've got it to fit my iWater airbrushes. So I've got the advantage of the really good airbrushes. I'm using the white one, which has got a low speed and a high speed, I found. It's actually got a switch on there, which will give me the two different pressures. So I'm doing that. So I'll have a video out. I will show you what I'm doing with that cordless compressor. It's wonderful. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'll do a video hopefully soon on the BT2. I'll show you the assembly and where I've got to. Really not much to talk about that. It's a beautiful kit. It just kind of falls together. There's only a couple of things that I'll basically talk about, which are not actually issues, but ways I found of getting around things so that I can paint it, because I always like to paint everything separately. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to do that. There won't be another workbench and new kits until we hit winter. And there really hasn't been a lot of new kits. Oh, there's one. There's one on its way. I wasn't really going to buy anything. But my mate Dave, Sandgroper in Western Australia, he said, Harry, you look what I got really cheap. I went, oh, I really wanted one of those. He said, the guy's got one left. I knew the guy, contacted him. That should arrive here this week. I might do a box opening of that. Yeah, be a surprise video. Yes, I won't tell you what it is until I get it. Anyhow, so that's where I'm at. As you can see, my neck's a lot looser. I'm not clicking every time I move. I felt like I was, basically a worn out bloody mechanical toy. I mean, click, 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 rusty as all hell. But my neck's actually quite good now. It's not bad at all, as long as I don't push it too hard. But I can sort of feel it coming on where it gets a little bit stiff and everything, and I take precautions. And so that's what I'm doing. So I'll look after myself, get you videos when I can, and hopefully you guys will hang with me, and we'll see where I can go from there. I'm still going to make my models. Nothing's going to stop me doing that. I've just needed a breather to get well again, and I'm well on the way to being well. All right. Well, look, I kind of waffled on, and I know what I've said. It's just a tug video, and that's all I've done. All right. That's it. Look forward to seeing you in new videos later in the year. But for now, it's goodbye from Australia, and it's hooroo from Harry Houdini.